So Oribe representing Stacey Ciceron. Hi, Stacey.
Hello, hello, hello.
What an incredible show you did some minutes ago. How you are feeling now just after the show?
I'm feeling amazing. I think that I had some key points that I wanted to bring, like bringing awareness, appreciation, and love for the African culture, African people, and their contribution to hair, fashion, and beauty, and also how Oribe partnering with the brand can really help to elevate the stylists and the salon owners. And I feel like I got that point across.
Oh, and you get it? Absolutely. And one thing you mentioned which was very strong, I never heard that before. You were talking about, these are not my models, yes. These are my
queens. Yes, as I was getting these queens ready, and I was just kind of going over the program and just saying models. Models, at some point when the look started coming together, they transformed from models into queens, and queens with their crown. So the story just kind of pulled together.
Absolutely. And may I ask where your queens are coming from? So you are a queen from?
I'm a queen from Brazil.
From Brazil. Yes. What about you?
From South Sudan.
From?
South Sudan.
South Sudan. Yeah. Wow, beautiful. What about you?
I'm from Suriname.
Suriname, which is also a kind of country which is connected to the Netherlands, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not
I
anymore.
have to learn. Okay, I have to learn that just in my mind.
Yeah.
But Stacey, now, tell us a little bit more. What was your creation, maybe each models?
Yeah, so like I was saying, my looks were inspired by Afrofuturism, but giving a twist to the modern day. And also wanting to come across with the message that these are not just braids or an artistic expression, but historically these braids have represented geographical regions, their social status, marital status, and these queens are wearing crowns. Yeah. So, for instance, this braid shape can be considered tribal. Okay, and again, so we use tribal. We use hair extensions, wrap them around to create these tribal shapes. But every tribe has a queen, so we seal them all in with their signature accessories.
Wonderful. And you know, as a hairdresser, I'm really impressed what you have done. And I can imagine, but I don't know exactly, how many times do you need to do this creation?
Well, luckily we had a couple of days to prep, but sometimes we're not always so lucky. But most of the work took maybe about a full day, day and a half to just get all the braiding, exactly. Placing it in place to make sure that it's perfect. And again, it ties into a big story. So just putting them next to each other and making sure that the story was always cohesive. So I would say about a day and a half in total, maybe to just conceptualize and bring that story together.
And you know what? Because we are so impressed about your work, Irene is back to us now again. Irene.
You couldn't keep me away from the camera long for too long.
No,
you know me.
And
there's a conversation to be had.
Exactly. So you would love to have a texture here, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Stacey,
yes.
Beautiful work.
Thank you so
Absolutely
much.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
You know, over the last few years, there's been more of a question about how do we deal with this highly textured hair on a more commercial level. Yeah. I know that there are many salons out there that have a lot of stylists that have no idea how to work with highly textured hair. And they tend to think of it as being more of a, you know, an African-American issue, but it's actually not. It's about an extra set of skills that everybody should have. If you're a hairdresser, then you should be able to handle any texture client that may come into the salon.
So true.
What's that conversation been like for you the last few years?
I think the first thing that I've been working on with my students and with my audiences is just understanding that mindset shift that has to happen, because sometimes the hair can look very intimidating or very overwhelming. Like you touch it, it's going to be hard, it's going to be so hard to deal with. And that's why I'm so passionate about education. It's all going to start with first the mindset, right? We have to have the desire and importance and know the importance to learn, and then back that up with education. And that's what we're doing at Oribe. We're creating curriculums that support stylists so that they're comfortable with all hair types that sit in their chair.
Yeah, because when having been in education for most of my life as a hairdresser,
Yes.
one of the conversations I would have over the last few years is, well, I don't have that clientele. I don't have those clients coming into my door. In my city, there's not that many. It's like, actually, if you open your eyes, you can see that, you know, highly textured hair is all around you. It doesn't necessarily have to have a skin color attached to it. If you're dealing with Middle Eastern hair, it can have a very similar. I remember doing a show in Malaysia, and I turned up for the model call, and I touched the hair, and I'm like, oh my God, thank God I bought my large round bore bristle brush. Otherwise I'd never have gotten through it. And that's my Afro training. That's what got me through that evening. So it's not just about understanding that, okay, this might be attached to a skin color, but actually it's about the hair, the texture of the hair. Exactly. And it can be found across so many different continents and people.
That's so true. I feel like it's like, which comes first, the cart or the horse, the chicken or the egg? Because sometimes they're feeling like we don't have this kind of clientele in our salon, but maybe if you present yourself as being able to work with this type of hair, then maybe those clients will start coming. Because I know for a fact, because I do classes for everyday women and for stylists, and when I talk to the everyday women, they are on the hunt. They're always looking for somebody that can manage their hair. So I think that, you know, it's just, that's one of those things that if you present yourself, that you're able to do it, then maybe those clientele will start coming in.
And it's, you know, and it's vice versa actually, because I know a lot of African American stylists that don't know how to do Caucasian hair. Right. You know, we are hairdressers. We deal with all textures. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter whether it's A, B, C type. It doesn't matter. We should be able to handle it. Any customer that walks through that door, we should have the skill set to be able to manage it.
I agree, 100%.
And we know it's backed up by the right product selection as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, that goes hand in hand as well. And we're lucky at the Kao Salon division that we have all of our brands really can manage with this type of conversation and this type of texture. I have to say that I have watched many of your YouTube videos. I have. I've actually experimented with my daughter. She's 10, and I'm even as a hairdresser, I'm still looking for solutions.
Yes.
You know,
we never stop learning.
We never stop learning.
I mean, part of the mastery, going back to that conversation about not having those people in the salon, but to be considered a master, you're right, it goes back and forth, right? So we have those multicultural salons that don't necessarily have the African American or African clients, but then we have those black salons or highly textured hair salons that need to get versed. So I think across the industry, we definitely need to just get more comfortable with working with everyone. But we're doing our part. Doing this here is really moving that needle forward for progress. And I call us agents of change because we're each doing our part to kind of just move that mission forward.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's always, I feel very proud when I see highly textured hair being showcased at any event. It makes me feel proud, but it needs to be more normal.
Yes.
And that's probably what our conversation is about.
Yes.
It should just be normal practice that we see, whether it's Asian, African American, African, Caucasian. It's a hair show.
Yes, absolutely.
And the audience, no matter who the audience is, should be seeing that representation. So
absolutely.
It's great that you brought these beautiful looks to life. It's much
Thank
appreciated,
you so much.
Stacey. Thank you so much.
Such a pleasure doing it. Very honored to be here and given this such a global platform to be able to share this message and to share this mission. So I'm just grateful, really, really grateful.
So thank you so much, Stacey. Thank you, all the queens from Oribe. Thank you so much. Thank you, Irene. It's just amazing conversation.
It's been a great weekend.
Absolutely.
Great weekend.
And Stacey, I wish you all the best in the future. I hope to see you very soon. I will watch also your YouTube video now because, you know, I want to learn also myself too. So, you know, it's why not, right?
Yes,
absolutely.
yes.
So, guys, thank you so much and see you soon, right? Thank you. Stay tuned, everyone. Thank you.